Hello everybody and welcome back, and our party have finally left those cursed tunnels behind. They can muse over the geology which formed them. They didn't seem to be formed by people, but nonetheless, who cares? And we ended up on this shelf of rock after wading downstream for several hours. And they ended up in this massive cathedral-like cave, and after they get their breath back, it's Malin that goes, "Wow." And Liz elbows him and puts a finger up to her lips, because up ahead is a little kobold, and it doesn't seem to have seen us yet. It's meant to be on guard, but since nobody has come this way in kobold living memory, well, it's bored. Now we can throw a percentage dice for it, because it may have seen us. And we have to throw, if it gets a 20 or less, and it gets 35, so it doesn't see us, Liz is going to pop it with an arrow. It's just here, and we're here. She's well within her short range, and of course she has a much lower thaco these days. And she also elbows Cullen to do the same should she miss. And she hits AC 7. Her thaco is 13 at short range. Minus 6 is AC 7. This has AC 7 and she cleans it out. Cool. Now there's two others just behind it sleeping, so we'll go up. We'll put an arrow into them as well. Liz can do another. Oh, look at that. It doesn't stand a chance. And Cullen will try the second one. And, well, he does enough to hit it, but it wakes up. Right, I think Sylvia, who has a longbow +1. Our first magic bow kills it. 3 dead kobolds. Well, what a climb down from bugbears. Anyway, we search them. They may have something of note telling us who they are or what they're doing there. They don't. There's no instructions or anything. We see caverns to the northeast and to the southwest. And this one, we can see in the distance a large reddish glow here. We'll still make a choice. 1 to 3 east, 4 to 6 southwest. And it's 4 to 6 for southwest. So we're going to go forward in our usual formation, and Liz is going to creep ahead. The orange glow grows brighter the closer we get to here, but there is an alcove here. It is lit by a burning torch. Now Liz is going to do a move silently check, which is up to 60%. Remember, she has got elven boots of +20. Yes, and she moves silently, so nobody is aware of her, because there are 4 kobolds in here, and their attention is taken with each other. They are practicing their sword fighting, so there's the clashing of cheap metal swords bashing against wooden shields, as these little 2 pairs of kobolds duke it out amongst each other. So Liz creeps back and tells everybody the news. Well, we've never had anything good from kobolds. Maybe we can capture one and get some information about the area, but we need to take out the other 3. So let's go in our usual formation. They don't surprise us. Perhaps we can surprise them on a roll of 1 or 2. And we don't. Well, anyway, they're obviously equipped for melee fighting, and they immediately stop attacking each other and turn on us. Who has initiative? It's mutual. I'll do them first. So their damage isn't great, it's 1d6 minus 1. But I'll do 2 on Carrick. Both of them miss badly. And I'll do 2 on Donard. Now, they have a thaco of 19. They're half-hit dice monsters, so one of them hits Donard with 3 HP. He's down to 22. that was their turn. So it's up to us. So we have 4 ranged people. Even Gareth Ironhand is on a crossbow. So we'll do him first. And he hits AC 5, takes 1 point off 1. Cullen misses. Sylvia misses. And Liz hits and kills 1. There's 3 left. Donard misses. Carrick misses. Right. Okay. Round 2. And they get initiative. 1 is dead, and 1 got hit. Now they did get a hit on us. What's their morale? Oh, it holds up. I'm gonna do 2 on Donard, and they're both misses, and I'm gonna do 1 on Carrick, and that's a miss. Our turn. 3 archers. Gareth hits and kills that one he injured. Cullen misses. Liz hits, kills another one. There's 1 left, and it's Sylvia's turn, and she says surrender. I'm going to give this little creature a morale check. And it doesn't fight, so it says defiantly, die! Well, I'm going to see if we can knock these things out. So I'm going to have Carrick try and hit it with the flat of the sword around its head to see if it can be stunned for a bit. And look at that, max damage. Right, it's down to 1 HP, but that's enough to knock it unconscious for at least 1 turn. So we're going to tie it up, and when it comes round, we're going to put a dagger to its throat and ask some questions. And the obvious question is, how many kobolds are in this place? And its reaction to that is possibly attack, roll again. So it starts to hack in its throat, ready to spit in Carrick's face. 6, attack, yep, and it spits in his face. Well, we're going to ask that question again, and we're going to scratch it with the dagger to see if it responds. Same question, how many kobolds are in this place? And that is possibly friendly. It realises that it's time, it had better start talking. We mean business. So it falls silent and says, sassa, rasa, frasa. So we'll press the question again. 8. Now that is leave. So it just says, leave me alone. So we have to ask the 3rd time. And it says negotiate. So it asks, will you spare me my life if I tell you? And the person who speaks kobold is Carrick. So Carrick asks, are we going to spare this creature its life if it gives us up the info? Donard says no. Sylvia says yes. Donard says it will probably run away and turn traitor on us and warn its friends. And Sylvia says we should, because we may get no information out of it if we're going to kill it anyway. That makes sense, because if we're going to kill this thing, why should it talk? We do promise it its life, and we kind of have to stick to that promise. So it spills the beans, and it tells us that there are at least maybe half a dozen kobolds down this way, plus further 20 kobolds in their living quarters, including, he says, 1 big chief, 6 big bodyguards. Right, so 20 kobolds ahead. Now we have to keep our word, and we have to let this thing go. And what will we do? Send it into the river? Yeah, that's a compromise. The little thing will have to swim downriver. It'll survive, but it'll be well out of way. Right, so that's what we do. And now we have a bit of intel on what's up ahead. 20 kobolds. Well, they're small fry compared to everything we have dealt with. So, we'll gather ourselves for a minute and decide to check out the kobold lair. Right, we're back here and we've just set free the kobold down the river. And by the time we've done all of that, it's you know what time. That dice is weighted to 1. Right, now there's a new wandering monster table for this level. And it's kobolds. Who could have thought? Yep, an army of kobolds come round this corner. Perhaps they're going for their own weapons training. They see their dead friends and immediately go north. And there's 9 of them. I don't believe it. So let's see who gets surprised. And they surprise us. Okay, this is not going to go well. The 3 weakest ones are archers, and we start with missile fire. And 3 of them spot Malin, Cullen and Gareth at the back. And 1 on Malin misses. Malin has not been used to shooting. 1 on Cullen misses. His AC is 5. Leather armor plus 2 dex. And the 1 on Gareth misses. So that was the missile round. They have 6 melee fighters, 2 each on Donard, Carrick and Sylvia. The 2 on Donard miss. The 2 on Carrick miss. And the 2 on Sylvia. 16 there. Hits for 4 damage. Right, she's down to 10. Now it's round 1. And they get initiative, and they're going to do that all again. 3 on archers on our back line. The 1 on Malin misses. No, that was an 11. That's a hit. Does Malin get a dex bonus? No. 11 hits AC 8. He has AC 8. It's 9 minus 1 for a ring of prot. And that's 2 points of damage off him. I have to do intentions. He was going to cast sleep, and he can't. That sleep spell has been interrupted. The 1 on Cullen misses. And the 1 on Gareth Ironhand misses. It's our turn. Right, Malin is going to back off into the corner. So we have 3 archers, and Liz is going to take on 1 of the archers. And she hits and kills it. Nobody shoots her brother. Cullen misses. Gareth misses. So there's 2 archers left. There's 6 melee. What can Donard do? Hit and kill 1. What can Sylvia do? Plus 1 for her sword is 14. Hits AC 5. Kills another. And Carrick. Oh yes, kills a 3rd. Right. So there's 5 of them left. And it's round 2. There go. Does their morale hold up? No, it fails, and they try to run away. I'm going to give the archers a shot. Liz hits and kills 1. Cullen misses. And Gareth misses, so 4 of them run away. 1 drops dead. That was a bit of a surprise encounter. So yes, there is a kobold horde down here, and we're going to have to take it a bit easier. Malin is shocked at getting hit, and he's shocked at having his spell disrupted. So let's go back down to here, and we'll have Liz creep forward for a bit of reconnaissance. Though she's not so certain, so... Right, and that's not good. She thinks she's moving silently. Well, there is quite a lot of noise here, because there's gushes of steam coming out. But is she invisible? Has she hidden in shadows? and she hasn't done that either. So she gets to about here, and she sees 5 kobolds standing on these 3 bridges. What she sees is a massive red glow coming up from a crevice beneath. She can't see what it is from her angle, but there are 3 stone natural rock bridges over it, and there are kobolds on each. There are a total of 5 kobolds, and she sees them from here. This place is lit by the red glow of the lava, and they see her. Does she have surprise? Actually, she may get away. There is no surprise. Right, now 3 of them have spears, and those spears are a pretty short range weapon. So I'm going to have 3 spears thrown at Liz, and 2 of them miss. And the 3rd one hits and does 1 damage. Liz is going to take her turn, and she's going to run back. As she runs back, a horn blows, and given the nature of these caves, the sound echoes everywhere, and it sounds like a warning horn. She runs back, she tells everybody what's going on, and we hear this warning horn. We're going to have to get information and think of what we're going to do, because the kobold horde we've been warned about is most likely going to respond to that horn. So we'll line up here quickly. There's a sense of urgency, and we'll work out what to do next. Right, we're in for one hell of a fight. Apparently there are about 20 kobolds, plus these 5 coming for us. And there's a chief and 6 big bodyguards as well. We've got a couple of turns before the reinforcements arrive because of that horn that was blown. We've wasted 1 turn already, just getting back and deciding what to do. I think from what Liz has told us, we're going to hold the front line here with 1 melee person at the front of each bridge. Then we're going to have 3 archers, and Malin is going to stay well back. He might try and cast Sleep Spell. There will be kobold archers well out of range of the archers. The ones on the bridges, they're described as having spears. The mass horde of 12 is described as doing 1d4 damage, which would imply they have daggers or extremely weak swords. I'm going to say that 6 of them have got crude short bows, which don't do max damage, which do 1d4. But the chief and his bodyguards are melee. The 5 on these bridges are melee, and 6 of the reinforcements will also be fighting with swords. Okay. So there's going to be no surprise. These 5 are melee, and we're going to just move up and take them on. It's going to be a nightmare for both our parties and myself. So let's see how many of these 5 we can take out in this first round before the other 20 show up. So let's roll for initiative. And they get it. 3 of them are going to throw spears at Liz, Cullen and Gareth Ironhand. They will get a long range penalty. The one on Liz hits AC3 and does 1d6 damage to her, so it's Liz down to 12. The one on Cullen misses, and the one on Gareth misses. Liz gives out a yelp. She's not used to being hit. Right, then the 2 melee, one on Carrick misses, and one on Donard misses. That's the 5 of them. Sylvia doesn't get hit. She's going to take this bridge. Carrick is in the middle, and Donard is on this western one. It's our turn. We've got 3 archers. Gareth is on a crossbow, which is the good range, and he kills one of their archers. Liz misses. Cullen misses. Donard melees, hits and kills one. We'll do Sylvia. She misses, and Carrick hits and kills another. So there's 2 left on the bridges. Round 2, and everything is going to kick off. We have, coming up from here, a horde of 12 kobolds. Not the strongest, and behind them we have the chief and 6 bodyguards. 6 of these kobolds are going to go onto the bridges, and 6 of them are going to line up here. So there's 3 there, 3 there, 2 there, 2 archers there, there, and we're going to do the chief and his bodyguards later when these bridges are cleared. Right, so it's round 2. And they get initiative. Let's do their archers first. They don't get a short range bonus because our 3 archers are hanging well back. Let's do 2 on Liz. I'll roll them all together, speed things up a bit. And that hits and does 4 damage. Okay. Liz is down to 8 HP. 2 on Cullen. And they miss. And 2 on Gareth. And they both hit. And Gareth is down to 6. I hit D4 by the way. They're impossible to pick up. So we've got 3 kobolds on Donard. The first one is the tough one with the spear that misses, and the second 2 are the weaker ones. That's a miss. And that is a hit, and Donard is down to 20. We've got 3 on Carrick. A tough one that misses, and 2 weaker ones. 1 miss. It's 2 misses, and then 2 of the weaker ones are on Sylvia. Some bad miss on its part, and that's another miss. Our go, missiles first. Right, our archers are going to try and take out their archers, especially since Liz got hit badly, so she's going to try and take out 1. She does. Cullen misses. Gareth hits and kills 1. I have made the archers the physically weakest with the lowest HP, which is why they're on bows rather than melee. Right, Malin is back here in the shadows, well out of line of sight for the kobolds in infravision. He can see this area. It's lit by the lava, but he is in the darkness, and he has a very thin line of sight to here, and that's where he is going to cast Sleep. And it's 2d8. These are half hit dice monsters. And he takes out 8 of them. Right, that will be here. He's going to take out the 4 archers, which are still alive, and he's going to take out 4 of the ones on the bridge. Awake on the bridge are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 awake on the bridge, and it's our melee round. So Donard is going to attack the one on the bridge in front of him. He hits and kills it. Sylvia is going to attack the one in front of her. She hits and kills it. 2 on Gareth. He's going to take on 1. And he hits and kills it. So there's 1 left on the bridge, awake, and there is the kobold chief and his 6 bodyguards who will move forward. Right, I'm going to have to draw 2 bodyguards, 2 bodyguards, 2 bodyguards, and a chief. And there's still 1 alive on the bridge. Poor Carrick in the middle is getting it, so he's got 4 on him. Sylvia has 2 on her, and Donard has 2 on him. They don't get to attack this round because this round was clogged with kobolds. The kobold army was awake and in the way. it's now not in the way. So we're going to begin round 3, and they are able to walk over either the dead bodies or the sleeping bodies of their friends. So let's begin round 3. They get initiative. All of these are melee, so I'll do the 2 on Donard. They do 1d6 minus 1 damage. It's a miss. It's a miss. I'll do the 2 on Sylvia. That's a hit. And that's a miss. I'll do the 2 bodyguards on Carrick. It's a miss. And that is a massive hit for 5 damage. Then I'll do the chief on Carrick. That's a miss. And then I'll do this little kobold on him. And that's a miss. Right, they've had 3 initiatives in a row. We have to do archery next. And we're definitely going to help out Sylvia. Liz. Her Thaco these days with a missile weapon is 14. She hits AC 7. That's good enough. And it kills one of the ones on Sylvia. That's a miss from Cullen. And that's a hit from Gareth. And he takes out the one that's on Carrick. Bit of dwarf on dwarf loyalty again. So that's our missile round. Donard has 2 bodyguards on him, and he misses. Sylvia has 1 bodyguard on her. She hits AC 7 with her +1 sword and does 4 damage. It's down to 2. Right, and that's round 3 over. I'm gonna have a pause for a break here till I organise myself. Let's have round 4. And they win initiative again. Right, I'm going to do the bodyguards. All that's left are 5 bodyguards and the chief. All the small kobolds are either asleep or dead. The one on Sylvia misses. 2 on Donard. It's a miss. It's a miss. And there's 2 on Carrick. It's a miss. And that's a miss. And then there is the chief on Carrick. And that is a miss. Good. Our turn. Liz is going to help out Sylvia. And she hits AC 3 and she does 5 damage. So she kills the other one that's on Sylvia. Gareth is going to help out Carrick, and he hits AC 7 and excellent damage, kills one of the bodyguards, Carrick. And Cullen is going to help out Donard, and well, he does 1 damage. 1 is from 6 to 5. Our melee turn, and that's Donard, who manages to just hit AC 7. His melee Thaco was 15, and he does enough damage to kill one of the ones on him. Sylvia is going to back off. She's on 5 HP. Also, she really doesn't want to cross over this bridge, go round here, and fight from behind. So yes, Sylvia's going to back off. There's 2 on Carrick. There's the bodyguard and the chief. Can he take out one of them? And he can. So all that's left is one of the bodyguards on Donard and the chief on Carrick. And it's round 5. And they get initiative again. 5 initiatives in a row. The bodyguard on Donard misses. The chief on Carrick misses badly. Yeah, I think his morale is going to break. It's a bit late for that. Let's do Liz, who's going to help out Donard. And she hits and takes it from 5 to 1 HP. Gareth is going to help out Carrick. And he misses. And Cullen is going to help out Donard. And with his dex bonus, that's enough to hit. And that 1 HP is enough to kill it. So there's the chief left on Carrick. And look at that, excellent, and he kills it. Right, that's one hell of a fight. So there are sleeping ones, 8 sleeping ones, and sure enough, as always, there soon will be no sleeping ones. We dispatch them. We're going to have to gather ourselves, and well, it's up to Cullen and Liz, who have a tendency to go through these pockets looking for treasure. Is there any treasure on them? No, there isn't, but the chief has a very nice looking short sword. It's slightly nicer looking than the one Liz currently has. It's not as fine looking as the dirty beaten one that Sylvia picked up from the ghoul lair above. It's certainly in better condition, it's not as rusty and tarnished, but we're going to keep that. What we are going to do is cast a lot of healing spells. Carrick is from 12 out of 23. So we're going to cast 2 Cure Light Wounds on him from the Staff of Healing. And that's 9 plus 2 is 11. He's back up to 23. Donard is 20. He can get a Staff of Healing. 2, he's at 22. Sylvia is on 5 out of 14. And she gets another 5. She's at 10. And Liz is on 8 out of 19. She gets both doses. And that's 11. She's back up to full health on 19. Right, Malon's on 9. He can stay on 9. Okay, and we've cast a sleep spell. We'll take a break, and we're here because we're looting all the bodies. This is the first chance we get to see what this structure is, and this is a river of lava, and these are 3 naturally formed rock bridges which go over it, and they're quite narrow. This is again something we have never seen before. Well, unfortunately, we don't really have a very nice experience of it. If we were tourists, this would look incredible. But we've just fought for our lives. So let's cross over these bridges and gather ourselves here. And we'll call it a day. And I shall see you again next time.